Hello and welcome back to SparkleDart. How you doing again today? Let's talk about petitions and how they don't really solve anything. Now, on the whitehouse.gov website, which I was talking about earlier, you can go on there and you can sign petitions, and you can go to change.org or .com or .gov or .mil or .edu. I don't remember exactly which is the one that it was, but rest assured it was one of those ones, and you can go on there and find it. Now, my point here is that petitions is something that people do when they want to make a change in the world. They think that they can do things like... Actually, the most successful petition ever signed through the whitehouse.gov website was one that was petitioning the White House to build a Death Star. Now, building a Death Star is a stupid thing to sign a petition for, because obviously there's no way that... First of all, there's no use for one. The thing about the Death Star, if you ever watched the Star Wars, was that the Sith guys, the bad guys, was using that Death Star to destroy whole planets. But here's the thing: we love all of the planets that we have in our solar system, except for maybe Jupiter. But not Jupiter. Jupiter's fine. Saturn's a fucking creepy one. Go on, hold on, pause this video real quick and go to youtube.com/org and search for the sounds of Saturn's rings, and it sounds like fucking dead souls screaming for their agonies and stuff like that. And it's so difficult to listen to. It's like, is this really what the thing sounds like? And it's like, I didn't think that sound could travel through the vacuum of space, but it turns out that you're actually wrong. It can do that because that's what happened, and that's how they got the noises of Saturn's rings. Now, Saturn's rings are actually fucking massive. If you ever saw them before, they're much bigger than you could possibly imagine. Saturn's rings extend past the width of the Earth by 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. I don't know how many times, but the Earth is not very big in the grand scheme of things. Especially if you ever seen the image pale blue dot. It's like an image that the Voyager 1 took on its way past Saturn, as it pointed itself back through Saturn's rings and took a picture of the Earth and the Moon. And you can see them, and the Earth has a pale blue dot, so small that if you didn't know what it was, you'd be like, well, that just looks like a blue star. It's like, well, there are blue stars, blue dwarf star. But that wasn't what that was. That was the Earth. And we know that because we pointed it direct. We know our coordinates. We know our solar locations in the universe, in our solar system with Voyager 1. And that's what we do. Because we're smart people. Like I said before, we're smart people who know how to karate chop prison guards, right? Right. Okay, so we got this now all figured out. See if I can make something of myself today. Nope, I guess not. Okay, well. This is fun. This is great. No, I like this. This is nice. It's throwing knives. Throwing knives all over the place. You ever throw a knife before? It's very exhilarating. It's very exonerating. It makes you feel like a man. It makes you feel like a real-life human boy, right? So, oh, I wanted the thing. Gosh dang it. Okay, whatever. I'm fine with that. Well, I can make do with that. I can live with that consequence right there. So, anyways, the pale blue dot is a picture of the Earth from a long ways out, and it's like, wow, all of humanity was built here. All of the internet exists here. All of YouTube and all of Comedy Central exists on this one tiny little dot looking backwards in the universe. All of the best jokes ever told were told on this planet. Maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't know what the astronauts talked about when they went onto the International Space Station. They might have talked about Joe Rogan or Seth Green, who are of course some of the funniest people on television right now. So you can go check that out. Robotchicken.com. It's a good show. Everyone should love that show. It's real funny. It's got a lot of humorous observations. If you like things like Transformers and The Never-Ending Story, which I know you all do. That's why you watch this show, because this show is basically a continuation of the Never-Ending Story is basically what I try to make this show. So if you don't like the Never-Ending Story, then you're watching the wrong show. SparkleDart.com. Check it out. So, anyways, it's come to my attention that some people don't like dogs. What's up with that? You gotta like dogs. Dogs are fun. Dogs are nicer than you. You're not nice. You're very rude. Has anybody ever called you rude before? They probably weren't lying, you know? So, dogs is, they're the best, as far as pets go, I'd say that they're the best animal that you can get. Some people might say that cats is better, but, cats, they're stuck up, they're very rude individuals, they're not nice, they don't like to, they take you for granted, basically, so don't let cats take you for granted. They're very arrogant, is arrogant is the word that I would use to describe cats, so please, what the fuck? Okay. Right, so anyways, cats, they're arrogant, dogs is nice. Dogs now, there was this one time I was playing at the park with my dog, Bosco, and he was running around at the speed of sound, and he's like, woof, woof, and then he jumped up and caught a frisbee, and then there was another dog who came over, he ran over to Bosco, and he's like, hey, did I get that frisbee? He's like, no, I don't want you to have this frisbee, it's my frisbee, you can't have it. If you had this frisbee, then I wouldn't have it, and that's not how dogship works. Right, so there we go. Come on, Natalia Simonova, let's go. And, I don't know, he's a nice dog, but sometimes, he suffers from epileptic seizures sometimes, which is, that might sound funny, that might sound like a joke, but that's absolutely true. He has got to take seizure medication every day. If he doesn't, he might have a seizure, he might have a stroke and die, and I don't want that for my dog, I don't want that for anybody's dog, so if your dog's having seizures, just know that I sympathize with you, and I don't think that that's anything to laugh at now. Like I said, dogs are the best animals ever, and you can only assume that I'm not, telling a joke or something like that, because if I was telling a joke about, dogs and their mortality and stuff, you'd be like, well, that's disgusting, why would you say something like that? I don't agree with you, I feel like what you're saying is actually very offensive. I had a dog one time who died of lymphoma, he died of that, and then he didn't have a dog anymore. That's how it works. Your dog dies, that's it. Bam, kaput, you don't get that same dog again, you gotta get a new one. Now, getting a new dog can be an experience, of course. I've had 3 dogs over the course of my life, and one of them I had for 13 years. The other one's not quite as long because they were larger breeds, and larger breeds tend to live much shorter lifespans than smaller dogs do. I heard actually sometime that the average living, probably mammal, but maybe other animals, I don't really remember for sure exactly what it was, their heart will beat around 1 billion times in their lifespan, and I know that smaller dogs probably, their hearts beat faster, but they pump less blood, so I don't know if that's a correlative thing or not. Maybe bigger dogs have more energy that they have to exert, which is why they can't live as long. They have to be like, I'm a big dog, and I got big dog things to do, like go outside and chase the mailman and bark at my own nose, and then go outside and pee on a fire hydrant and sniff the dish sponge, which smells like mold, I guess. I miss dog. God, that's something. Because that's what big dogs do. They like to sniff, and small dogs like to sniff too, but they sniff less often. If you believe that, if you can believe that. If you don't believe that, then you probably should be, or shouldn't, because I just lied about that. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Anyways, I had a small dog, and he was all like woof woof, and I'm like, that's a very dog thing of you to say. I can't believe that you would say something like that. Is that my dog? My dog's really smart, barking outside. He's going outside and catching the birds. And then I had a cat too, and he caught a bird out of midair one time. It was actually a bird. It was a parakeet that we had. It was a yellow parakeet named Gregory, and he was flapping around our house. And my cat jumped out of midair, caught him, and broke his neck. And I'm like, that's amazing that my cat could do that, especially considering he was so fat. A lot of domestic indoor cats, they get real fat. That's just what happens. My friend had a cat named Mr. Kitty. He got real fat. He could still catch birds out of midair, but it doesn't really make a difference because he's still a cat. He's agile, he's nimble. He's got all these cat qualities that he likes to do and exert and jump around at the speed of sound and be, aggressive. Be aggressive. So Mr. Kitty, he's actually, I named this cat. His name before was something like Zippy or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I'm like, that's a stupid name. I'm going to name it Mr. Kitty, like that episode of South Park where the cat has a name, Mr. Kitty. He's like, that's my pot pie. You can't eat that pot pie. It's mine. You can't have it. Remember that one? That was a good one. The other South Park episode, it was a good episode where they go to Man Cave Central. I don't remember exactly what it was. Anyways, yeah. Alec, you're Janice. Now, if you ever saw the Goldeneye movie, you already know the plot twist is that your buddy Alec Trevlin, Agent 006, he is, oh, they're going to pull their guns on me when I throw a grenade at them. That's right, that's a small thing to do, you fucking pansy. Get over here. That's right. Okay, so let's get going. Goldeneye, like I said it before, Janice is 006, Alec Trevlin, Sean Bean. He's a very, good actor. He's England's pretty boy. Like Sean Connery, a Pierce Brosnan, a Timothy Dalton, a Roger Moore, a Daniel Craig, or one of those James Bond types. Actually, here's a fun thing. I think it was Denzel Washington said he wanted to play the next James Bond. I'm like, well, that wouldn't make any sense. James Bond is a white man, and he always has been. And then I thought about, what would that matter? What does that matter? I don't know. Like that new Avenger movie that just came out, Mr. Incredible, or whatever his name was played by a black man, and that movie did awful. And the fact that, like, Elastigirl was supposed to be his, first of all, let me disclaim you real quick. I don't know anything about the event or the Fantastic Four, so I'm just gonna say things and hopefully that they sound true. The Mr. Incredible and the Invisible Girl were like brother and sister, but in the movie one's black and one's white. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Biologically speaking, if you have two white parents and they're going to have white children, that's just exactly the way it's going to have to be, because white people make white people and black people make black people, and a white person and a black person make a black person, because it's the one drop rule, right? So... Right, anyways. The one drop rule, that applies for everything. It applies for... Right, okay. It applies to you and your family. If you got a brother, if you got a sister, they're going to be the same colors as you if they got the same both parents as you got, and... if you disagree, then I guess just look that up on WebMD, and you'll find out all about it, because that's exactly what we like to do. We like to look up our ailments on WebMD, self-diagnose, self-medicate, and pretend our parents is black, even if they white people, right? So, Mr. Bond. Okay, so we're going to wrap this one up here real quick. Hopefully. Oh, don't say soiree. Okay, so Michigan. Yeah, that's the defense minister, is the Michigan. So if you like the James Bond Goldeneye franchise, go ahead and watch it, because you should know all about this one. So anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. As soon as we're done here, we're going to go ahead and walk through the gate and call it a day. So this has been SparkleDart. I hope you enjoyed this. Goodbye. Mwah.